suppress their shots. I mean, it is tough sledding for them in every capacity.
Well, part of it is the Vladimir's shot block. We know, but we don't have a high shot block team.
Yeah.
Like when you look at our percentages, and it's more to do with the function of our D zone coverage. We don't sit passively in zone, in which case you have to block shots. So shot blocks, and then I think you go to 7 playoff games last year, all 4 regular season games this year, in the playoffs here, and it's tough sledding up and down the ice. The checks get finished. There's just not a lot of easy offense by either team. We probably shoot more pucks than they do. We'll put more shot attempts up historically, but I think it'd be us in Carolina probably at the top end. We shoot a lot of pucks. So, I think the numbers might be a little skewed more. Boy, you got an awful lot of shots. You were all over them. I don't feel that from the bench. Mm-hmm. I think, the quality scoring chances, we had a bunch early. They had some in the second, and then we were pretty good in the third.
Kyle Okposo, you've talked about how he's built for this series. Just your thoughts on how he's done through 4 games and just, again, being able to slide into that role when you need him to.
Slide into the role and then come off the bench because of the power plays and penalty kills, and he goes out with Barkov. Veteran players have seen every system in the world. So by the time he gets here, you show it to him once he's got it. And truly cherish. It's kind of a bit of the Eric Stahl effect from last year. Cherishes this opportunity. So very, very close friends with Sam Reinhart, but has become close friends with all the guys. He fits in easy. He's got it all figured out.
We've talked about how Bob's numbers are, not commensurate with how he's actually playing. They used to say it about Marty Brodeur that one of his talents was the ability to not face that shot volume, but stay mentally engaged and be in the play. In your experience, it seems like Bob has that quality to him. Yeah.
I think there's a real learned, also possibly nurtured skill that you see from the veteran guys to be able to do that. So I would agree with you. I remember we're going to play New Jersey back in their prime, and walking by the door in here, and Nelson Emerson, I think, said, "We're probably only getting 3 chances tonight, fellas. We got to make good on them." and he wasn't far off. It was like Jersey gave up 5 A chances a night, and if he was on, that was a shutout. We don't play that game, but I think they really noticed it in the Tampa series. Those guys hang on to pucks. They've got so much deception in their game that their shot numbers weren't high, but they were just so dangerous in our end of the ice. I feel that a guy that doesn't have the experience that Bob has would have a difficult time doing what Sergei's been able to do.
You're up 3-1 now. What did you make? What do you approach closing it out? Did you learn anything from being 3-0? You kind of mentioned maybe you were a little 3-0 against Tampa.
It's happened twice to us. Once against Toronto and against Tampa. Then that's a learned thing. It's both teams now. I think we deal with different emotions. They've got the desperation advantage, but it can't cross a line into changing the way they play. And then we've got that desire. I don't think that we skated particularly well in Game 4 of the Tampa game. That'll be where our starting point is. We've got to skate.
Evan Rodriguez was a quiet talking point of the series, but it seemed like he took over in Games 3 and 4. What have you seen from him in those 2 games?
I think that those are 2 best games of the year for us. I also think his best hockey was played as soon as he went with Lusteran and Lundell. And then with Sam Bennett's injury, we didn't get to see it. But I think Evan is the kind of guy that can elevate his play in the playoffs, a really good skater. And he looks like with that line, he's getting into a lot of holes and getting some pretty good offense off.
It seemed like last year against them, Chucky had a hand in everything, right, in that series.
Yeah.
It seems like this year it's much more a full lineup effort against Boston. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think we're a little bit deeper this year. And Matthew's game is he hasn't necessarily needed it to be, right? And he kind of comes in more of a save the day kind of guy. When you really need it, he'll find that way to get that goal late. It's been for us. Okay, I think we do have our game spread out across our 4 lines right now pretty well. And I don't know that we had some injuries last year, kind of kept us from ever being able to get to that.
This is only the second or third time Oliver Ekman-Larsson has ever played past the second round. How valuable is this experience for a guy like him?
Past the first round?
Yeah, past the
Okay.
first round.
He's got some of that style going too. Like these guys, playoff hockey is so much more fun, as you know, more intense. Like it's the payoff after a good year. And for a player who had the injuries that he had, that just couldn't play the game the way he wanted to play it, be able to come back and be such an important part, it's great for him.
You guys need anything? Just kidding.
Okay then.
All right.
Awesome, guys. Thanks. Safe travels.
Yep, safe travels to you.